Thank you, Sean. This is Sean's 10th speech. One of the things that I'm really enjoying being part of this group is to be able to evaluate someone who's been farther along in the process. So I mean, when you're sitting back and you're doing the evaluation, you get to see the things that you want to look at as far as how the speech was structured, all the evaluation piece. So I really enjoyed that opportunity to be able to, because you've been doing your 10th speech, so just inspire your audience. So I think one of the goals that you told me on our interaction via email is you wanted the stories to call the action to kind of hit the mark, if you will. That was important. You make sure they all weave together. And you want to make sure you connected with the audience and kind of hit some of those fears. I think we all agreed you did that, right? But you also wanted me not, you don't want to be too negative. You wanted to make sure you kind of kept things somewhat from us wanting to kill ourselves, right? Let's start out with as a speaker. So one of the things that I noticed about you is that you have a very good presence. I mean, you're not, as Corey mentioned, you're not one of those guys that's very flamboyant. You're not over the top like I am, if you will. But you're confident in your own presence, if you will. So I enjoyed that. One of the things you're good at is your quality for voice. When you had a point, I noticed when you were talking about some of the stories, you were very low in your communication. And then you had a couple of times when you kind of said, hey, you raised your voice to make sure you made a point. I think you did a very good job with that. One thing I look at, there's times when you kind of look down at the ground, you'll spend time looking around, and to me that was distracting, but your overall presence was very good, if you will, so I enjoyed that. Your stories, I mean, wow, there's a couple of tough stories. I mean, the stories about your wife was very personal. And Jeff, a guy's going to kill himself, so that happened in my office, I would be inspired to quit my job, for that kind of employer, if you will. And your story of yourself, being able to add a personal touch for your own story and how that affected you was a great part of that process, if you will. So one of the things that I would do differently maybe if I was going to be in your role is if I'm trying to inspire somebody, I want to kind of be told up front that I'm going to be inspired. I was kind of following your stories. I was trying to figure out what the objective was. So if I was in your role, I would have said, hey, here's why I'm here to inspire you because of this process, because it's a very important process. Everyone in this group can relate to being this work-life balance, if you will. So that'd be the only thing that I would recommend you do is maybe start with a little tougher beginning, if you will. But what I enjoyed about your presence is your speeches are very personal. So you made it a personal speech. You wanted to inspire the group. That was your objective. You added the personal touches of your family, your work environment, and that made it good for me to hit the mark right on the button. So great job. Thanks.